Welcome to Parks and Rec Today. My name is Liddy Gutfeld and I am your host. I'm also the Parks and Recreation and Community Services Director for the City of San Bernardino. Parks and Rec Today will bring you up-to-date topics about things going on in the city, in our parks, in our community centers, and all around. We're excited about the month of May because we are celebrating Water Safety Month. This month, you can expect a huge campaign of social media posts, website posts, and so much more, including activities that are going to be happening all throughout the city. But today, I'm excited to bring you Parks and Rec Today, the Water Safety Month edition. All right, we are so excited. Our special guest today is Damian Alexander. He is your council member for the 7th Ward, and he is here today to not only share some stories about water safety, but also just to let us know what we have to offer here in the city and in the county for water safety and swim lessons and all of that good stuff. So thank you so much for being on the show today. Excited to have you here.
Thank you, Director. I appreciate it. And I want to thank you for coming aboard our city. I know it's still relatively new, but I want to thank you for coming aboard. You've been doing a fantastic job. I just want to throw you those kudos.
I love the accolades. Well, thank you so much. So let's dive, no pun intended, right into it. You know, everybody has a story of some sort when it comes to water safety or an experience that they had. And, you know, it's when it comes to drowning or near drowning, it's something that is etched into your mind. It's something that you never forget. And sometimes it's something that we're not very comfortable sharing because it might have been something we feel guilty about or some mistake we might have made. Tell us your story and your near drowning story that you shared with us earlier.
Wow. Well, I was about 13 years old. And we were swimming in the ocean, and I just remember swimming, and next thing you know, I got caught in a riptide and I couldn't see the shore. And I was right, and I remember being very frightened, because I was like, well, I'm not the strongest swimmer in the world, right? But I was like, I couldn't see anybody, and I couldn't remember, nobody was coming after me either. So I was out there, but there's always the training, right? I remember because I was a junior lifeguard at 13, and because I grew up in the YMCA swimming. So I remember what to do. You know, you're supposed to, you know, when the riptide takes you out, you're supposed to swim
sideways.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I did. I started swimming sideways, and I remember I'm not too ashamed to say panic set in. Okay, I'm not the cool, calm, collected guy I am now. Panic set in, and then I swam sideways for a bit, and then when I felt that I was out the tide, I swam back to shore. But I remember that like it was yesterday.
Right? It's amazing how it comes back so clearly. You have a beautiful granddaughter,
Yes.
Avery Grace.
Yes.
And I have been so lucky to meet her and get to know her little personality. But tell us about a story maybe that included her and water safety.
Well, her parents are very, very water conscious. Everybody has pools. So, you know, we're fortunate. Our neighbor across the street is an instructor that teaches infants not how to swim. It's called water survival. Let me get that straight. So she was swimming at 6, 7 months old. She was in the pool doing water survival, and that water survival, what I found out to be very intense for the infant.
Yes.
You know, it was a 10-week course, but it was only 10 minutes per day, right? Because there's not much they can absorb. There's only so much that the child can absorb.
Right.
And in the end, guess what do they do to those little infants?
Well, I know, but I'm going to let you tell the audience.
Well, okay. They clothe them up, they put them in clothes, and then they push them off the edge of the pool. I couldn't believe that. I was like, no, you're not my baby.
Yeah.
And they do, and they go in there and they float and they turn on their back, and Avery Grace did it. I was so proud of her.
It's pretty amazing as a parent and grandparent, I'm sure, when you see your little ones be able to fend for themselves, right? And have the the energy and the know-how of what to do. I have a very similar story. My child, so I was a lifeguard for 20 plus years and a swim instructor, and being a swim instructor and trying to teach your children how to swim is never a good idea. And I had the same experience. We went into a water survival class with both of my children as infants, and that was the basic thing, except our instructor taught them how to say the word help when they flipped up. And so I used to love taking my kids to public pools and just doing it and seeing them flip over and having them yell help and seeing how many people would actually turn around to try and rescue them. So I appreciate you sharing that story, and it's important for people to know that when we talk about infant swim lessons, it's not actual stroke technique or anything like that. It's being comfortable in the water, and also understanding how to breathe in the water and outside of the water. So
absolutely.
Thank you so much for sharing that. So I guess that brings me to the next message, component of our segment is you have an opportunity to say something to our listeners, our viewers, and our residents and community members. What would you say to anybody who has a non-swimmer in their household or as a neighbor?
Well, I would share with them that it's important that they learn how to swim. I'm not gonna be honest, I don't know what the statistics are of drownings within the county of San Bernardino or within the city of San Bernardino, but I know it's important to learn how to swim because that's survival at hand. Even though she knows water safety, I still watch her. And it's important to watch your children because, it only takes a second. Right. So it is important that they learn. And you can learn in various places within the city. Your Parks and Recs is teaching public swimming right now,
yes.
Correct?
So we are going to be doing swim lessons at the Jerry Lewis Family Swim Center. We have free lessons. We have low-cost lessons, not only for mommy and me and for infants, but also up to adults. So swimming is for everybody. Swimming safety is for everybody. Drowning is preventable. Do you agree?
Drowning is preventable.
I can't thank you enough for being on our show today.
No, thank you. I appreciate you again.
All right.